Well, at the age of 17, Joaquin Oliver was killed in a shooting at his school in Florida. The gunman, a former student, walked in, opened fire, and killed 17 people and injured 17 more.
It's now 2 years on, and his parents, who've been campaigning against gun violence, have used remarkable technology to bring a realistic virtual version of Joaquin to life. Their aim is to encourage young Americans to vote. We're going to talk to his parents, Patricia and Manuel Oliver, in just a moment. But first, let's have a look at the video, and just bear in mind this is using artificial intelligence to get a message that Joaquin himself wouldn't have been able to deliver, but to get that message across.
Yo, it's me. It's Guac. I've been gone for 2 years and nothing's changed, bro. People are still getting killed by guns. What is that? Everyone knows it, but they don't do anything. I'm tired of waiting for someone to fix it. The election in November is the first one I could have voted in, but I'll never get to choose the kind of world I wanted to live in. So you've got to replace my vote.
Oh.
It's extraordinary. And Joaquin's parents, Patricia and Manuel, join us now from Florida. I mean, firstly, we will want to say how sorry we are about what happened to your son 2 years ago. It's utterly, utterly heartbreaking, devastating. And this video just brings that home. The extraordinary ability to use digital technology to recreate your son and to send this message across. Manuel, it must be very hard for you to watch.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us here today. It is very important for us to spread the message as much as we can. It is very hard to watch, but what is really very hard is to lose your son or any loved one. And that is something that happened 2 years ago. So everything that we do now in order to honor Joaquin and be part of a solution, it will never be as tough as the day that we lost our beautiful son.
Yeah. Seeing him, in a sense, through that technology, speaking from beyond the grave, spreading and sending that message, it feels so powerful and moving for us, I'm sure 100 times more for you. But I also wonder if you don't feel that in your head you hear his voice and hear the frustration of the message that nothing has changed anyway. And this was a way of getting everyone to see that.
It is very hard. It is really hard to be able to bring Joaquin in this way. But, he is an actor and we are just clear that this is the way it is. Even though that the results of this technology, it really brings a lot of life for a couple of minutes to Joaquin. We consider more important to be able to send the message because we believe in Joaquin's activism, and that's why you have to have the courage to move with whatever is in our hands to be able to Joaquin give the message.
Manuel, over here in the UK, we have suffered with gun violence, but immediate action was taken. I think a lot of people here cannot understand why, after the repeated school shootings that happen in the United States, and your son was killed in the Parkland shooting back in February 2018, why more is not done to crack down on gun violence. Do you think there is a big issue around gun violence in this election that you hope this video can influence? And do you see either President Trump as somebody who is going to be too lenient on gun ownership, or Joe Biden might change the law?
Okay, that was like 3 questions. I'm going to try to put them all together. So this is beyond schools, okay? Gun violence in America is not a Portland or a school thing. 100 people will die today, and another 100 will die tomorrow because of gun violence. And we decided that everything that we will do in our movement will be beyond Portland, beyond schools, and even beyond Joaquin. To answer your question about who can solve this problem, I think we have a gun culture problem that has been here for decades. And campaigns like this one will start that change of reaction from social movements. So I think there's a lot of political answers, but there's also social answers. Is Donald Trump the guy that will fix this? Definitely no. Actually, it's a fact that Donald Trump received $40 million for his campaign in 2016 from the NRA. So there's a lot of partnership between the gun lobby, the gun industry, the NRA and organizations just like the NRA, and a lot of politicians in Washington. That needs to end, and it's starting to be an issue that we're solving. The youth of America are trying to demand changes, and they're already happening. I'm very proud of them, and we are part of that movement.
Well, it's a remarkable video, and as you say, as heartbreaking as it is for you to see it, it is never going to compare to the devastating loss of your son, your remarkable son, back in 2018. I mean, just before we let you go, Patricia, what would you like to say about Joaquin, the sort of young man he was?
He's really the sweetest and powerful kid that we were grateful to have with us during these 17 years. And he was able to be sensible enough to see what was going on surrounding us. So in the social way, the social issues that we have, the problem with the gun violence that we are confronting today, that was an issue for him since he was 12 years old. So that tells you a lot about the personality and the character of Joaquin. At the same time, we can tell you that Joaquin is the sweetest, is the caring, is the friendly, is a very sport guy. He loves music, he loves to be surrounded by friends, and he loves to help others. So what we're doing today is a representation, physically here of what Joaquin will be doing. We will, for sure, we will next to him. But we are today representing him in the mission that he had in advance.
Well,
Wow.
His loss is obviously grievous, but his voice is still dynamic through this video that you have produced, and we really appreciate your time this morning, and our hearts go out to you and to the parents of everyone who's lost a child in this terrible, terrible gun violence. Patricia, Manuel, thank you so much for being with us this morning, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Very powerful message, isn't it? Very powerful. Laura is going to give us the weather for today now.
What happened to summer? Proud sponsors of Good Morning Britain National Weather, Boxed Boilers.
Morning to you. Today's weather story is one of sunshine and showers, but not as many as we've seen over the last few days. Slowly an improving story weather-wise, with more in the way of dry, sunny weather, but cold, frosty nights. And it was chilly first thing this morning, a touch of frost through northern